Today we will tell the roundup of the latest news for international students in Australia. International students locked out of Australia received the welcome news that eligible visa holders can return to the country from December 15, 2021. The latest Australian news can be confusing for many as different states and territories have different rules regarding quarantining. With restrictions changing with little notice, here's a rundown of the latest Australian news that affects international students. For detailed information, watch this video till the end, and yes, like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Warm welcome from Brain Drain Consultants to our immigration information and news channel, A2Z Immigration Updates. Let's talk about Western Australia first. Its Premier Mark McGowan recently announced that the reopening of Western Australia's border to the rest of the world on February 5, 2022 will be delayed amid the spread of the Omicron variant of COVID-19. A new date would be considered during the next month. International students are not currently listed among the exempted travelers. On January 20, 2022, McGowan said in a Facebook post that allowing hundreds or thousands of Omicron-infected people to fly straight into Perth from February 5, 2022, with no testing, no quarantine and no public health measures would cause a flood of COVID-19 across their state. Speaking to Times Higher Education, Murdoch University Interim Vice-Chancellor Jane Den Hollander said Murdoch had been planning for international students' return from February 5, 2022, but would now need to revisit their plans and timelines. She was quoted saying that it is important they work with the government to be able to welcome international students back to Western Australia as soon as possible. They are diminished without them. If we talk about Queensland, the international students with valid visas who are fully vaccinated with a Therapeutic Goods Administration (TGA) approved vaccination can enter Queensland without quarantining. Students will be required to take a TGA approved rapid antigen test within the first 24 hours of arrival in Queensland. The latest Australian news on Victoria includes all fully vaccinated international arrivals must immediately quarantine at home or other private accommodation upon arrival and get a rapid antigen test or COVID-19 PCR test within 24 hours of arriving and continue to quarantine until they receive a negative result. Incoming students in New South Wales must self-isolate at their home or accommodation until they receive a negative result from a rapid antigen test taken after arrival in NSW. You must take a rapid antigen test as soon as practicable after your arrival in NSW. Australian Capital Territory, ACT, travellers must undergo a COVID-19 test within 24 hours of arriving in Australia. Get a COVID-19 rapid antigen test, RAT, or a PCR test if RAT is not available, and quarantine until you receive a negative result. Once you have received a negative result, you do not need to wait to be formally advised of the end of your quarantine by ACT Health. However, you should monitor for symptoms. The Northern Territory government notes the following on its website: that double-vaccinated visitors are welcome to enter the Northern Territory without having to quarantine. Only Therapeutic Goods Administration approved and recognised COVID-19 vaccines are accepted for the purpose of travel to Australia and the Northern Territory, and proof of vaccination will be required on arrival. South Australia's state government notes on its website that travellers must have evidence of a negative COVID-19 PCR test taken in the 3 days prior to departure. Travellers must undertake a COVID-19 PCR test within 24 hours of arrival in South Australia and quarantine until the test is taken. The Tasmanian government notes on its website that conditions for international arrivals to Tasmania are dependent on the vaccination status of the traveller and where they have spent time prior to travel to Tasmania. It said vaccinated travellers from overseas should check the list of high and extreme risk areas. We hope you appreciate our efforts to provide important and accurate immigration information. Please share your feedback and suggestions in the comments section. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to show your support, and yes, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for your valuable time, and we hope to see you again soon with another video. If you need any further assistance or want to discuss anything related to your immigration dreams, then you can book an expert consultation session with our team of registered migration consultants.